A little bit of everything in the weather department today at the Big A. We've got the best facilities crew in the business here at Aqueduct Racetrack. 10 to 9 a.m., snow, sleet, and as the day progressed, we had the guys out there, that 1:21 post time in the air, and by the time the horses got into the paddock for the Sunday opener, well, the sun was out. The mercury got above freezing, right around 40 degrees, if you can believe it. And we were off and running on a 9-race card that featured the rescheduled evening attire. A varied assortment of delights on tonight's show, including Richard Migliore. It's Jason Blewitt. We're glad you're with us, and it feels good, Mig. I said last night I was happy to just be back at Aqueduct. It's nice running 2 consecutive days here at the Big A.
Get a little continuity going here, and we saw that cleanup going on in the paddock. Tremendous maintenance crew, tremendous track crew here at NYRA. They did a great job having the inner track in good form, and it was muddy, but it was a very good, safe racetrack today.
And we'll talk about the inner track. Certainly seemed like a day you didn't want to be smacked down towards the rail, but we'll divulge more on that and check out the action, including that 96th running of the evening attire as the show progresses. But we begin, my friend, big day regarding headlines, and in fact, hot off the press, they just hit the wire in the Southwest Stakes out at Oaklawn Park, and we'll get you out to Oaklawn Park with Frank Miramati calling the action off the quarter pole.
Truth or else as they head for home. Hillbilly Royalty narrowly. Mr. Z is fighting back. On the outside of them, the Truth or Else, and Far Right is finding his best stride at the rail. Mr. Z tenacious. Far Right is closing stoutly, and the Truth or Else. Far Right has the momentum, and Far Right takes the lead close to home. Far Right and Mike Smith winning the Southwest. Photo for second, Mr. Z. And
a reprise of the Smarty Jones, Far Right down towards the inside, and he wins his second stake of the Oaklawn Park Winter Meet.
And you got to like this horse from this perspective. He's very handy. Mike Smith's able to thread his way through traffic, dive to the inside, give him that patented left-handed whipping to get him up. Mr. Z wound up third, and he was drifting out, and Mike Smith has ridden this horse. He knew that there was going to be a place for him to go because Mr. Z has that habit of drifting out. It blew it wide open for him.
Ron Moquette, the winning trader, $2,500 yearling purchase by Notional. It's got some seasoning. That was career start number 8 and a handy horse and a good job all around with some good connections, taking the rescheduled Southwest Stakes out at Oaklawn Park. However, the bandwagon is not as big as it is with the multiple stakes winner, as is the case with Kozan, who was returning Mig for the second consecutive time in his young racing career. All eyes were on him in Sunday's 5th down at Gulfstream Park, and let's see what happened with Larry Colmus in the booth.
Kozan coming to the quarter pole in front. They are moving away now from Big Family. And then it's Global Positioning. 3/4 in 1:11 and 2, and they're into the stretch, and Kozan is pulling away. It is Kozan by 5 with a furlong to run. Big Family and Global Positioning battling for second, but it's a one-horse race, and look at him go. Kozan, another outstanding performance. He won it easily over Big Family and Global Positioning in a final time of 1 minute.
Unbeaten in 2 starts, the $1 million 2-year-old purchase by Distorted Humor. Kozan, trained by Todd Pletcher. The sky is the limit, and I mean, you hop on the internet, you would think this horse is already in the Hall of Fame with a triple crown sweep to his credit.
Yeah, and obviously he's very impressive in his first 2 starts, winning by open lengths. He showed a little bit of a different dimension today, kind of getting buffeted about at the break, coming through along the inside. I would wait before I anointed him the next coming of Seattle Slew or such. He wasn't really facing a whole lot today. He did what he was expected to do. I'm not completely sold. Obviously, he has ability, but he's going to have to show it when the company gets tougher.
And the company will be tougher for him in his 3rd start. Again, he has no Kentucky Derby points as of now. He did not run as a 2-year-old, but the Florida Derby on March 28th will be his next race and his final race, if it all works out, before the Run for the Roses on the first Saturday in May. And surprise, surprise, down at Gulfstream Park, Todd Pletcher will have some company in the starting gate, along with Kozan. In addition, he'll have It's a Knockout, who was obviously the upset winner via disqualification in yesterday's Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, still believe he was second best to Upstart. Interesting, a lot of talk about Todd Pletcher's 2-year-olds turning 3, not on the work tabs. Well, it seems like they're all coming to hand pretty quick, and now he's going to have a little bit of a chore juggling them, keeping them separated. He's going to have to run multiple horses in multiple races.
Now, this was a race with a lot of controversy. Given the DQ, you see Upstart left-handed urging beneath Jose Ortiz start to drift. He comes out. Luis Saez did a pretty good job at standing up in the reins abruptly correctly in standing up in the iron. Stewards looked at it, and they put it's a knockout first. How do you feel about the DQ nearly 24 hours removed from the Fountain of Youth?
Well, I think if you look at it by the letter of the law, I guess that it had to come down. Personally, I don't think it affected the outcome of the race. I think Luis Saez really sold it. I wonder if he's having a hard time getting down to getting to California from Florida for the Academy Awards after that performance. But you know what? He gets paid by the people he's riding for, and that's his job, to get them the best placing possible. If the stewards bought it, then he did a good job selling it.
Now, the track seemed very deep and tiring. Those horses were struggling over it. Everybody outside of Frosted at around the 5/16 pole were already under long drives. Frosted, in the meantime, was just sitting chilly, and he really flattened out badly, turning for home. What do you think of Upstart going forward, and might the Wood Memorial be in his cards for Rick Violet Jr.?
Yeah, it sounds to me like Rick Violet is coming to the Wood Memorial. Actually told Rodney, his exercise rider that works in the jockey's room, to put off his vacation to Australia because he wants him here to gallop Upstart up to the Wood Memorial. And I think Upstart's exceptional. I don't think he ran his A race. He still found a way to win, even though he was subsequently disqualified. That's what good horses do. Even when they have an off day, they find ways to win.
Plenty of plot lines with that first Saturday of May, the Kentucky Derby. We hope right around the corner, and it's never too early to start thinking about the third and final leg of the Triple Crown, the Test of the Champion, the Belmont Stakes, and indeed, a lot planned during the spring-summer meet at Belmont Park. The three-day Belmont Stakes Festival, June 4th through June 6th, and that 147th Belmont Stakes. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Well, if you're a racing fan or have any, even just a casual interest in racing, where else would you want to be but at Belmont Park on Belmont Stakes Day? Not just for the Belmont Stakes and hopefully a horse looking to get that just ridiculously tough Triple Crown that we haven't seen in so many years, but the undercard, just so many great races that day. A terrific day of racing.
Summer starts here. 3 days, 17 stakes races, and $10 million on the line. 102,000 plus at the Taj Mahal last June 7th, Belmont Stakes Day in 2014. What will the future have in store? But again, BelmontStakes.com, and those tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But what happened on a very warm day, finally here on the inner track? The inner's muddy once again. John Abrial was calling, and here is our featured third race, the 96th running of the evening attire.
Stormin' Monarco and Village Warrior. Village Warrior grabs the lead. Stormin' Monarco runs in second. Turco Bravo is third. Mr. Palmer's down at the rail in fourth. North Slope moving up now from fifth. At the back are Kid Cruz and Micromanage as the field goes around the clubhouse turn. Village Warrior with a narrow lead here over Stormin' Monarco. Now Village Warrior goes on with it to lead by a length. Stormin' Monarco runs in second. Turco Bravo is third. Then it's North Slope and those white blinkers running in fourth. Mr. Palmer down on the inside in fifth. At the back, Micromanage and Kid Cruz. The opening quarter mile, 25 seconds. They're midway up the backstretch. And it is Village Warrior setting the pace here and continuing to lead by a length. Stormin' Monarco runs in second. Turco Bravo in the clear on the outside in third. Right alongside is North Slope. Mr. Palmer is down at the rail. Kid Cruz now in sixth. And micromanages the trailer as stablemate Village Warrior leads the field around the far turn. The half was run in 50 seconds. Village Warrior now by a length and a half. Turco Bravo's on the outside. North Slope in between horses. Stormin' Monarco down at the rail. Micromanage is fifth. Then Kid Cruz farther back. Mr. Palmer. They're at the head of the stretch. Village Warrior. Here's North Slope now to take over the lead. North Slope is in front. Village Warrior back in second. Then Stormin' Monarco, Turco Bravo, Micromanage on the outside, and Kid Cruz down at the rail. North Slope with the lead, and North Slope is going to win the Evening Attire Stakes. And he won it by 2.5 lengths. Pace-setting Village Warrior was second. Turco Bravo finished third.
Little royal blue of the Godolphin stables, that blue cap, the white blinkers, and a good bit of inner track mud on North Slope, who split horses and powered away. And much the best winner of the evening attire.
Much the best winner, who actually was aided by a terrific ride by Junior Alvarado, who's just riding lights out. Really found his form, coming back off injury. He's been fun to watch, and I thought the inside was not the place to be, and he was able to save ground, split horses, and not be dead on the inside. And I think that was one of the keys to victory, and obviously having a good horse.
And having a big weekend. 7 wins at Aqueduct over the last couple of days, in fact, and we'll count it as 8 because he got to talk to the Mig after taking the evening attire.
Junior worked out a really good trip with North Slope. Is that kind of how you foresaw the race shaping up?
You know, like I look at the program, you know, and, you know, I actually watched the replay of the horse. And, you know, I just want to, you know, to make sure be kind of close to the lead too, you know, because he's a horse, he kind of look a little intimidating sometimes. So I just try to put him in a best spot where he can be comfortable. But, I mean, he was definitely, like, in a great shape today. And, I mean, every time I asked him to get a good position, you know, he was there to help me. And, I mean, turning for home, I mean, I will say, you know, it was pretty easy, you know, because I asked him, and he was there for me right away, you know.
It looks to me like maybe on top of the rails a little deep. So you didn't commit to going all the way inside, but you were able to get through inside. The leader was staying pretty far out.
Yes, exactly. You know, inside looks like a little, like, you know, like more wet and a little heavier than the inside. But like I said, I mean, I was probably like, you know, 4 wide the whole way. You know, and turning from home, you know, I wasn't going, you know, exactly close to the rail, but I said I have to take a chance right here. I don't want to go too wide. Right. And I mean, like I say, I have plenty horse, so he helps me to look like that.
Well, yesterday you won the stake with Condo Commando. Today with North Slope, you're really hitting on all cylinders. You're doing great. Yeah,
you know, I got to, you know, give it credit to my agent, who is the one that, you know, getting to ride those nice horses. And you know, I just have to, you know, keep up the good work.
Well, keep up the good work. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, Rich.
7 wins over the last 18 races here at Aqueduct. The young man at the top of his game was in tune with the way the inner track was playing today. Now for Kieran McLaughlin, 4 career victories in the evening attire. But I don't think that's really the only story of the race with Junior and Kieran. Micromanage, odds on, never really lifted a hoof over the wet track. And how about Kid Cruz, who was the second choice, making his first start since the Travers in a tough field in the mud?
Yeah, I think he had a lot of things against him. Obviously, the layoff, the mud, and a race that came up basically with no pace at all. And he's a horse that's most comfortable running at horses after they've gone fast early. I think he was up against. I think it is a race to build on, though. I think you'd have to hope he would improve off of that effort.
How many times you ride against Evening Attire when you were a jockey?
Oh, a lot. And he actually beat me in a heartbreaker in the Saratoga Cup, and I rode a horse for Kieran McLaughlin, a Breeze.
Oh, a Breeze, good speed horse, and had that high cruising speed and could keep it going. But I'll tell you, Evening Attire won graded stakes on all 4 Naira dirt tracks, and he was really one of a kind and a longtime fan favorite.
Fan favorite. I still get to go visit him at Aikendale Farm in Pauling, and he looks terrific.
And he's their ambassador up at Aikendale. We love Evening Attire. Glad he's doing well, and his namesake was pretty good today. But we began the card with the young stars of tomorrow, 3-year-old maidens, as we go back to Johnny I.
And they're off. Johnny U and Uninfluenced. And down at the rail, there goes Richie's Rich. Into the clubhouse turn. Johnny U and Richie's Rich. They're right together, uninfluenced, since just off the front runners in 3rd. Jacko Liam is next in 4th. Refer in 5th, and on the outside is Mr. Manolo. Net Gain is the trailer in 7th, and the field is on the back stretch. The quarter went in 24-4 over the muddy going. Johnny U leads here by 3/4 of a length. Uninfluenced on the outside, and Richie's Rich down at the rail. Then it's a length and a half to Jacko Liam in 4th, who's just 2.5 from the front. Refer runs in 5th. Then Mr. Manolo, break of 4 to Net Gain, the trailer. Johnny U challenged here by Uninfluenced on the outside, and Richie's Rich down at the rail. The half and 49-1, 3 of them across the track, and Jacko Liam just in behind in 4th. Refer is on the move down towards the rail. Now Johnny U is dropping back. It's Uninfluenced to take over the lead. Richie's Rich, Jacko Liam moving up on the outside into 2nd. Richie's Rich is now in 3rd. Net Gain has gained into 4th, and the field is at the top of the stretch, and it's Uninfluenced with a 3-length lead. Jacko Liam on the outside is Net Gain. Uninfluenced, Net Gain continues to move up. Uninfluenced, Net Gain on the outside. Uninfluenced, little more than a length. Net Gain driving. Uninfluenced and Net Gain is those two right together as they come for the finish, and it's going to be Net Gain by a long neck. Uninfluenced was 2nd. Jacko Liam finished 3rd, and Mr. Manolo was 4th.
Mott Fletcher exact in the first race. Uninfluenced, well, he tracked the pace outside, took over, just didn't have enough in the tank at crunch time to hold off Net Gain.
I thought it was an improved effort. The light bulb definitely went on. He was more in tune. Net Gain got a terrific ride from Junior Alvarado. This is the kind of ride this horse needed because he wants to hang a bit, and Getting back quickly to uninfluenced, I just think going down to the fence seemed a little bit deeper to me all day, and it's hard for a jockey to know that into the first race of the card, but I think as you went on, you had to be in tune to that.
Fair enough. Net gain, son of Include, Windstar Farm, $325,000 two-year-old purchase, and lost to some good horses like Classy Class and Far From Over, and maybe you wheel him back 13 days from now in the Gotham. It's all about some hard-hitting New York breds, 53 wins among the group in race number 2 when we come back. Sunday's first race with net gain and uninfluenced, a good harbinger of things to come. And that Saturday, March 7, Gotham Day on the horizon. 13 days out, the unofficial start of spring here at Aqueduct. And Mig, with that first race post of 120, the Gotham, historically a very important stepping stone to the $1 Million Wood Memorial.
Yeah, it's always been a harbinger of things to come. It used to be a one-turn mile. Now it's a two-turn mile in the 16th. But I like this comprehensive series of races we have in New York now. The Jerome, the Withers, the Gotham, onto the Wood.
State bred tags at $20,000 in today's second race. You could be fooled looking at the past performances. A number of these horses on the surface are worth more than $20K as we send it back up to Johnny I for the call of this three-quarter sprint.
To Destroy going out for the lead. Now the Big Deluxe moves up to challenge, and the Big Deluxe takes over. Seek to Destroy is racing in second. It's almost 3 lengths to South Beach Sandy in third. Wild finishes down at the rail in fourth. Warrior up far outside in fifth. Ground Force moving up in between horses from sixth. Then Joe Mooch in 7th. Star of New York is 8th. And Awesome Heart trails the field in 9th. And the quarter was running 22 3/5 seconds. The Big Deluxe on the lead here by almost 2. Seek to Destroy giving chase in second. It's almost 6 lengths back to South Beach Sandy and Ground Force. Star of New York runs in 5th, followed by Wild Finish and Warrior up, and they're at the head of the stretch. The Big Deluxe, Seek to Destroy, Seek to Destroy, now the leader. The Big Deluxe is back running in second. Then Ground Force, South Beach Sandy, Star of New York, and Joe Mooch. And they're all chasing Seek to Destroy, who has built a big lead. It will be Seek to Destroy by 4 at the end. Ground Force was second and a photo for third.
Tough beat for the Rapoli stable in the opener with uninfluenced, but they came right back at a big price off the claim. 11.20 was Seek to Destroy.
Sure, he didn't have to go far to find somebody to destroy. He just overwhelmed this field, ran away and hid from him under Kendrick Carmouche, who's really found his stride here. And
he's found his stride with Bruce Levine and Mike Rapoli. It goes back to Monday's General George getting aboard Misconnect, overcoming an inside post on a dead rail track President's Day down at Laurel to win that race at around $23, and he's right back in the winner's circle. And what's it like? Kendrick is fairly new in this colony, but you start winning races for an outfit like Mike Rapoli and Bruce Levine that run a lot of live horses.
Well, it helps you a lot because, first of all, people see you riding for high-profile connections like them, so they figure they have confidence in you, you must be doing something right. And then just psychologically, those connections feel like we're lucky with this guy. We want to put him on more live horses, and he's delivering terrific rides.
And speaking of delivering, how about the 4-bagger for Junior? He is aboard Bass River Road on the outside in race number 8 as we send it back to Johnny I.
And the rough. Bass River Road, Sol the Freud is there, and Smoke'em's Charm. Those 3 right together in the early going. Mind Over Matter sits just off the front runners in 4th. Riding on the wall is 5th. Mighty One is down at the rail. Salisbury Knight in between. Free Mugatu on the outside as they head up the back stretch. Smoke'em's Charm has come away with the lead, and Smoke'em's Charm opens up here. Smoke'em's Charm by 4 lengths. Ran the quarter in 22 seconds. Sol the Freud in second. Mind Over Matters down at the rail. Then Bass River Road, and Riding on the Wall in 5th. Then it's Free Mugatu in 6th, followed by Salisbury Knight and Mighty One. They're closing in here on Smoke'em's Charm. Here's Sol the Freud now to challenge with Bass River Road on the outside. Off the turn, into the stretch, the half mile in 46 seconds. Smoke'em's Charm digging down there, down at the rail. On the outside is Bass River Road. Then it's Sol the Freud and Free Mugatu. The 2 grays are right together. Here's Bass River Road now to take the lead from Smoke'em's Charm. Free Mugatu with a late run, but it's a terrific Sunday in New York for Junior Alvarado, his 4th win of the day on Bass River Road.
Gray in the mud for the Generazios. Bass River Road back down from Finger Lakes and ran really well. Took down a good field today from the outside for Jimmy Ryerson.
Yeah, really did. And I think that outside post allowed her to rate a little bit just off the pace. Junior got her to settle nicely. She's shown a lot of speed in most of her races. Obviously relished the mud. And I think if you think about the Generazios and all the horses they've bred over the years, they all like the mud. And the majority of them are gray.
The majority of them are gray, including Discreet Mark is the one that sticks out in my mind. Purchased for a few million at Keeneland November after winning and earning a few million on the racetrack. We love the Generazios and their breeding empire. What else happened, Mig, on this muddy, I was going to say sloppy, it's a muddy but warm Sunday on the inner track. Let's find out. It's the Furious 5 as we go back to Johnny I for the calls of 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9.
In between horses, Birkenhead, then Violinist. Your Turn now takes the lead. Your Turn in front. Violinist up on the outside and gaining ground. Your Turn, Violinist getting closer. Birkenhead is third, a 16th out, and Violinist has taken over. Violinist draws clear at the end, and the even money favorite wins by 3. Caroline Spirit comes from last to get second. Then it was Your Turn and Birkenhead. The Forest, Our Girl She Gone on the outside. Then Rock Show, Taylor Jagger is down at the rail. It's Star of the Forest, Taylor Jagger in second. Rock Show is third. Our Girl She Gone is tailed off. A 16th out, Star of the Forest holding on to the lead, but here's Rock Show making one last run on the outside. Star of the Forest, Rock Show, Star of the Forest wins. Rock Show second, Taylor Jagger was third, and Hot Splash as they come into the stretch. Werberthor, here's I Got the Disco in Me up on the outside to grab the lead. Werberthor is now back running in second. Then it's Unauthorized and Pronunciation. I Got the Disco in Me. And Junior Alvarado going for his 3rd win of the day. I Got the Disco in Me takes it. Werberthor was second, Unauthorized third. Say 3 Hail Marys in front. Kate is at 10, now moves to second. Touching My Toes is back running in third. Say 3 Hail Marys who wanders to the inside, and Kate is at 10, moves to the outside. Say 3 Hail Marys in front. Kate is at 10, all out in second. It's Say 3 Hail Marys, and she's got it 1. Say 3 Hail Marys by 2. Kate is at 10 was second. 8 deal way back is Moped. They come into the stretch. Good Harbor opens up. Good Harbor by 3 lengths. Flows Greatness. Here's Say Mr. Sandman, who's gaining ground on the outside. Good Harbor in front. Say Mr. Sandman bearing down. Good Harbor by a length. Say Mr. Sandman in second. It's Good Harbor, and Good Harbor holds on. Say Mr. Sandman was second. Then Flows Greatness, Velastic, and Moped.
Well, that was Junior getting the better of Senior in the nightcap. Jeremiah, a mild win there, close win over his dad, Chris Englehart, in the last race. But the Frost Giant New York bred standout is on deck here with this Sunday edition of Aqueduct Insider. We need not look far. In fact, we just finished off with race number 9, second leg of the late double. Here's the opening leg and another look at Bass River Road, who really did beat a solid field of 40 optional claimers.
Beat a solid field with a nice effort, running her record to 6 for 13. You got to like that consistency, and that's what you get with the Frost Giants, that consistency. Horses that show up and run under any surface or any distance.
Right, this guy, dry dirt, muddy tracks, 6, 6.5, 7, it doesn't matter. And there's the man, a former winner of the Suburban Handicap at Belmont Park, Frost Giant, standing for $10,000 at Keene Stud. Claims on the afternoon, let's check it out. Were there any claims? Indeed there were. None out of race 8. I was curious, Mig, if anybody would jump in and grab the 10-year-old riding on the wall who did not run well, but the action first half of the card.
Yeah, and a lot of shakes. People, certain horses popular with a lot of different people, but a lot of horses having dinner in different barns tonight.
And speaking of barns, the trainer standings, the rider standings with Junior Alvarado and the Ortiz boys who are back, and we'll send it to break here on MSG+. just about to hit the black and white checkered mark on that inside rail shortly before the finish line on Insider. It's the MIG, it's Jason. Thank you for staying with us. Rider standings with another Sunday down. Gotham Day on the horizon, but Junior Alvarado, I'll tell you, he was the weekend star, hands down.
No doubt. He gets the riding star of the week, and he's making headway. He's moving his way up the standings. And to think him coming off an injury and finding his form this quickly and doing as well as he is fun to watch.
Trainer standings, a quiet day towards the top of the list we're about to look at, but Todd Pletcher won 2 races in a span of about 15 minutes with Kozan down at Gulfstream Park and Violinist in the 5th race here at Aqueduct.
Yeah, but not much changed up there on leaderboard with David Jacobson, Linda Rice, and the hot Gary Gullo.
Owner standings on the afternoon. Rapoli Stable had favorites in races 1 and 3. They lost with heavy favorites in the 1st and 3rd, but Seek to Destroy at almost $12 got the money in the 2nd.
Well, all the horses are running well, and I think actually the Rapoli Stable's a little bit unlucky not to be in front, but we still got a long ways to go.
Indeed we do. Winter, thankfully, though, is... We're heading in the right direction. With each passing, you take it a day at a time. We're almost to Gotham Day, and we're just about at the Handicapping Insider for a Thursday preview. 3 straight dark days, a lot of study time, but the man that proves you don't need a lot of time to study is Andy.
Thanks a lot, guys. One of the few benefits from all the cancellations we've had is that when we bring races back, they often come back as better races because other horses have had more time since the races, or they're putting a couple of races together, or maybe some trainers saw the race and said, oh, I should be running in there, and they get their chance. And that's the case in the 2nd race on Thursday. A maiden race where we've seen a number of these horses entered against each other, but we're seeing some new faces from the last time that we tried to run this race, and that's where I'm headed. And I'm headed to the 2 Hollywood Idol, who has also tried successfully to run a couple of times with all the cancellations. Hollywood Idol has only run twice for trainer Jimmy Jerkins, and last time he ran in November, he was coming off an 11-month layoff, and he didn't run very well. And you may say, well, where's he been? Well, where he's been is in the entry box, and a lot of days we've tried to run. So I'm not concerned that we haven't seen him for 3 months since his last race. And since that last race was run, we have seen some very good performances by the competitors in there. And also broke its maiden in California. The 2nd-place finisher, Coach Inge, broke his maiden his next start and finished 2nd in allowance race at a big price and came back with a nice win in allowance race. And more importantly, the winner, Street Babe, in just his 3rd start, 2 starts later, won a Grade 3 stake at Fairgrounds over the weekend. That was what you could call a key race. Hollywood Idol will benefit from his race off the layoff, and if he's ready to roll, he could win the 2nd race on Thursday, and I'm hoping that's the case.
The man 3 days out from that Thursday card has got all the angles covered as the track maintenance crew does their job. Don't forget the National Racing Report Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday right here on MSG Plus. And for the MIG and myself, thank you for tuning in and have a great night.